It happens in every relationship. There is this moment where we feel that we need a break. We need to re-evaluate what's important in this relationship. Is it worth continuing? What's good and what's not so good? What has to change? And it's such a bad feeling when the other side says, I need a break. So many thoughts and feelings go through us when we hear that. You know what? Selena Gomez did it. Ed Sheeran did it too in 2015, and I did it too. And I'm sure you need to have a break too, because it might be that your love relationship with your phone and social media is as toxic as ours. Welcome back to another video in our antisocial social media series, a series about how to be more mindful with technology and social media. And today I would like to share with you how Selena Gomez, Ed Sheeran and I took a break from our phone relationship. Not together, but in the same spirit. And I will share with you 3 tips that you can implement right now that will improve your social media and phone relationship. Why? Well, because nothing matters what I am talking here on this channel about productivity and good habits and systems, about finding meaning and living a more meaningful life and decrease human suffering if we are just distracted, can't sleep well and spend most of the time just watching our feeds. We need to find a good balance in our relationship to social media, phone and electronic devices in general. As in every other toxic relationship, after we fell in love, we tend to overlook those bad sides. We tend to describe it and paint a much nicer picture than it is to justify staying in that relationship. I do it too, I'm sure you did it too, especially in regards to phone and social media. No, I'm not spending too much time watching my screen. I never spend mindlessly scrolling through my feed 45 minutes. And I never ever let my kids watch screens when they eat just to have a break and that they shut up for once. The problem is that we paint a nicer picture than it actually is, and if we look carefully, if we reflect upon our relationship, it's ugly. If we look the truth in the eye, it's not nice. Numbers don't lie, and now our phones are able to show us on black and white the real numbers. They count the time we spend on them, on social media, in which apps, how much we consume and what we do on our phones. You just need to go to check your screen time. And the screen time is ugly, but ugly business, you usually avoid it. Tell the truth, you are not really watching and looking at your screen time because you don't want to see the reality, is it? I'm sure you do, I do it. There are many studies that are conducted currently in regards to social media and electronic device consumptions and what impact they have on us, on our brains, on our mental health and well-being. And we still don't know exactly what the long-term consequences will be because we are still in the experiment. Although recent findings, which are just preliminary, are devastating. Depression, anxiety, lack of concentration, lack of sleep, emotional distress, and an unhealthy lifestyle, all just because of our toxic relationships with our devices and social media. When celebrities have a coming out and announce they have a break from their relationship with social media, with electronic devices in general, it makes headlines. Selena Gomez is very outspoken about this. 2018 and 19 and 20, she distanced herself and took a break in her relationship with social media and electronic devices, and this is what she had to say. A quote from her from 2019 I found on this blog post. For my generation especially, social media has been terrible. I noticed with me, I got kind of depressed looking at these people who look beautiful and amazing, and it would just get me down a lot. It can be great in moments, but I would just be careful and allow yourself some time limits when you should use it and when not. Even a total break would be good. Ed Sheeran is another celebrity who did that openly, informing his audience by saying, "This could be a secret to finding happiness in a world ever saturated by social media." After quitting Twitter temporarily in summer 2017, Sheeran has said that his decision to abstain from Twitter massively improved his life and creativity. He did that not just once but repeatedly and mentioned it on many different occasions, raising awareness. And me too. I take also regular breaks from social media and electronic devices, and I do it by having regular breaks throughout the day, being intentional about how I use them. I have time limits for certain apps on my phone and on my laptop, and although it's a challenge, I want to implement new habits in this regard, have a break from social media even more than I do now. How will I do that? With the 3 tips I like to share with you today. Number 1, set goals and keep them. Now you can set goals for how much you use an app, you can set a time limit, or if you go throughout planning your day, you set goals when you check emails, when you check social media, and so on. You don't need to check it all the time, because that's the problem there, where we get distracted, feeling that we have to check it more than once or twice a day. We do not. Number 2, you need to break bad habits. Chances are we have a lot of bad habits in our relationship with social media and electronic devices, things we do over and over again and that they seem very natural. And it's very difficult to identify them. So you need first to take a moment to reflect upon where are those bad habits you would like to change. When are those moments when you automatically just check your phone or you get into the scrolling of your feed, not being intentional about it. No, you sit down to drink a coffee, you get your phone out. You even look forward to coming home, putting everything on, you sit down, you check your phone. You go to the toilet and you can't go without taking your phone with you. All those things are bad habits you can break and change them into something good. How you do that? You do that through the 4 steps of breaking a habit described by James Clear. I have an extensive video about this, which I link below. You can watch after you see the tip 3. But how do you break a bad habit? Through these 4 steps. Number 1, make it invisible. Number 2, make it unattractive. Number 3, make it difficult. And number 4, make it unsatisfying. That's how you break a bad habit in 4 steps. Tip number 3 to improve your toxic relationship with social media and phone and electronic devices is to set unbreakable boundaries. And that's so hard to do in regards to social media and phone. Much harder than setting boundaries with other people, is it? Because we tend to just break them. What my experience is, for example, I have a screen time for YouTube. And oftentimes when I get to the time I set, a warning comes up, and you know what I do? I just dismiss it, or I enter my passcode, or I just change it and continue to watch. Well, that's something we need to change. Set unbreakable boundaries. For example, never take your phone into your bedroom. For example, never use a phone when you are in a conversation with other people. You have this experience that at a certain point where the best thing happens that can happen between 2 people, there is an awkward, nice silence. Someone just gives up and takes the phone out, and everything we built in that conversation just breaks. Yeah. So these are 3 tips you can implement to improve your toxic relationship with your social media. Check out this video here that talks about implementing good habits and breaking bad habits. See you next time. Until then, take care. Bye.